So to start this off, we're going to grab our category 4 yarn, make a slip knot, grab our 5mm hook, and we're going to make a chain that comes out to 8 inches. Once we have our 8 inches, we're going to block off the last loop, chain up 1, go into that loop that we blocked off or the second loop from the hook with a single crochet, and we're going to go down the chain with single crochet. Once we've done one single crochet all the way down our chain, once we get to the last one, we're going to do an increase of 3. So go ahead and put 3 single crochet into that last loop, and from here we're going to turn our work, and then we're going to go back down the other side of our chain with more single crochet, increasing on the other end as well, but I'll show you how to do that once when we get there. Once we get to the last loop, like I said, we're going to do another increase of 3, so go ahead and put 3 single crochet into that last loop. And then once when we get here, we're going to find the first loop that we made. We're going to insert our hook and bring it through with a slip stitch. From here, chain up 1, and then go ahead and do 4 more rows that are just like this, going down the long end with single crochets and then increasing on the ends where you find the increases of 3. Now, as you can see, I have rows 1 through 4 doing the increases on the ends, and we can count it out: 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is what it should be looking like. And then from here, we're going to be working on the bottom triggers that go on the bottom of the controller, and that's only going to be on one side. So from here, what we're going to do is, once we get here, we're going to lay it down as flat as we can, and then we're going to grab our tape measure and then measure out 2.5 inches from one corner in. And right where that is, we're going to grab our marker and insert right there. And we're going to do it again on the other side. Now these are going to be where the triggers are. So from here, we are going to chain up 1, and then we're going to single crochet once into every loop that we have until we get to the markers that we have. And then once when we get there, we're going to do an increase of 3. Now we're at one of the markers, so we're going to go ahead and take it out. We're going to put 3 single crochet into this loop. And from here, go ahead and single crochet all the way back down until we get to the other marker, 3 single crochet, and then put 1 single crochet into every loop that we have until we have a total of 7 rows. And just as a quick reminder, we're still on our 5th row, but we won't be increasing on the ends anymore. These are going to be solid, so go ahead and just put 1 single crochet all the way around. Now we're on row 6. I just wanted to show you what we would do once when we got to the increases of 3 that we did in the last row. And this is our increase of 3 right here. Here's 1, 2, 3. We're going to single crochet into the first one. Once when we get to the second one, we're going to put 3 more single crochet. And then go ahead and put 1 single crochet into the rest of the loops that we have until we get to this set of 3 single crochet. Once when you get to the middle one, put 3 single crochet into that second loop. And then we're going to do this for 1 more row, so we're going to have 7 in total. Once when we get to our 7 rows with the increases on the ends, we're going to continue doing this with the increases right here, but also do a decrease in the middle. So we're going to chain up 1 and do 1 single crochet until we get to the increase, of course, and then do a decrease once when we get to the middle. That will be in between the triggers, and I'll show you how to do that once when we get there. Now once we make it to the middle, this is going to be a decrease of 3. So we're going to insert our hook into the first one, yarn over, pull through, 1 more, pull through, 1 more, pull through, yarn over, pull through all 4 loops that's on your hook. And then from here on, we're going to continue doing the same thing that we've been doing, increasing for our triggers, and we're going to do 1 more row of that. So in total, once we're done doing this row and the next row, we should have 10 rows. So once we have our 10th row, it should be looking like this, kind of like a cat. It doesn't look like much, but it'll come out looking great, I promise. But for our 11th row, we're going to not do the decrease, but we're going to do 1 single crochet, increase in the triggers, and then 1 single crochet all the way around. Once we're on our 12th row, go ahead and just put 1 single crochet into every loop that we have. So we have our 12 rows. The last row that we did was just 1 single crochet into every loop, nothing fancy. And now for rows 13 and 14, once when we get to the triggers, we're going to be doing a decrease of 3. So go ahead and chain up 1 and put 1 single crochet into all the loops that we have. But once when we get to the peak of the increases, we're going to do a decrease. So we've done 1 single crochet from the beginning, and now we're at the trigger. And then as you can see, this is our increase, 1, 2, 3. So we're going to insert our hook, yarn over, pull through, into the next one, yarn over, pull through, and into the third. Yarn over, pull through, should have 4 loops. Go ahead and yarn over and pull through all 4. And that is a decrease. And we're going to be doing another one at the tip of this trigger and for 1 more row. So we're going to have 14 rows when we're done. And as you can see, our little triggers are starting to form, and we should have 14 rows. And for rows 15 and 16, we're just going to be chaining up 1 and then putting 1 single crochet into every loop that we have. So we just got finished with our 16 rows, and I went ahead and cut and tied. And now we're going to start working on our triggers, bumpers, and buttons. So we're going to set this aside for now, and we're going to grab our secondary color. And for the first one, we're going to do bumpers. So we made a slip knot, and then we're going to make a chain that comes out to 2.5 inches. Once when you have your 2.5 inches, you're going to block off the last one, chain up 3, that counts as a double crochet, prepare for a double crochet, go ahead and go into that loop that we blocked off, or the 4th loop from the hook, and then go ahead and go down your chain with 1 double crochet in each loop. So I just got done putting 1 double crochet into every chain that we had. From here we're going to chain up 1, and then we're going to cut, but before we cut, we're going to pull out a tail because we're going to use this to sew this into the body of the controller that we have. So once we have a piece that's long enough, go ahead and cut. Once we have our 2 bumpers made, these are going to go on the ends right here, so go ahead and figure out where you like them to be and then sew them on. Once we're done with the bumpers, now we're going to work on the triggers. So we're going to grab our secondary color again, and then we're going to make a chain that comes out to 1.5 inches. Once we have our 1.5 inches, we're going to block off the last chain, go ahead and do a chain of 3, prepare for a double crochet, and double crochet into that loop that we blocked off, or the 4th loop from the hook. And then we're going to double crochet once into every loop that we have. Once we're finished, cut and tie. But before we cut, we're going to leave a tail end long enough so that we can use that to sew it in. Once we have our triggers finished, they're going to be sewn onto these little mounds that we made. Once we're done with the triggers, we're going to flip it over, and we're going to start working on the 4 buttons, and those are going to be pretty simple. We're going to grab our secondary color, make a magic circle, and how we do that is take our 2 fingers, wrap the yarn around it twice, grab the tail and the working yarn together with the same hand that it's wrapped around, insert your hook in between your fingers, and pull through. You're going to pinch everything, making sure that it's careful, and then you're going to wrap the working yarn around your hand the way that you always do. Go ahead and chain 1 to secure it, and then you're going to do 9 single crochet in the circle. Once when you have your 9 single crochet, you're going to take the tail and you're going to pull it nice and tight, and then you're going to insert your hook into the first loop that you made and pull it out with a slip stitch. And then from here you're going to chain 1 and then pull, make sure you have a decently long tail, and cut so that you can use this to sew it in. And then with these buttons, it's going to go in a diamond shape, so it's going to go 1 here, 1 here, down here, and here. And then once when you're done sewing that, I'll show you what to do from there. Once we have this, we're going to start working on the sticks. So in order to do that, we're going to grab our secondary color and do another magic circle. Once we have our magic circle, we're going to chain up 3, and we're going to double crochet 14 times into this loop. And then once when we're done, go ahead and connect it with a slip stitch. Go ahead and chain 1 and then cut. But before we cut, leave a nice long tail so that it's easier for us to sew in. Once we're done making our 2 circles, one of them is going to go up here, and we're going to hang on to the second one because it's going to go down here, but we're going to have to finish off this bottom part first. So go ahead and sew this one in the top left corner. And the last thing that we're going to do is the D-pad. So we're going ahead and grab our secondary color again, and we're going to chain 3. We're going to block off the last chain, chain up 1, and then we're going to single crochet once into every loop. So we have that, we're going to chain up 1, flip our work, do 1 more row of single crochet. And then once when we get here, we're going to chain out 3. And from here, we're just going to cut and tie. And then once when we're here, we're going to take our hook, insert it into the opposite end, attach our yarn, chain 3. And so we have this, we're going to block off the last chain, chain up 1, and then we're going to single crochet once into every loop that we have, going all the way down even to here. Once we have our first row of single crochet, chain up 1, flip your work, go ahead and put 1 single crochet in every loop that we have, going back down. Once you have 2 of these single crochets for the longer row, we're going to chain 1 and cut. And then once we're here, we're going to count in from the ends, 1, 2, 3. We're going to insert our hook into that 4th loop, grab our yarn, and then from here we're going to chain up 1, and then we're going to put 3 single crochet into the next 2 loops. So the first one where we insert a hook counted as 1, we just did 2, and then this is 3, chain up 1, flip your work, single crochet once into every loop that we have, and once we're here, go ahead and chain up 1, leave a long tail, and cut. So this is what we have so far. We still need to connect the D-pad and the other stick, but it's going to be lower about right here, and we're going to need to connect these 2 parts first. In order to connect it, we're going to want to lay our controller down flat and squeeze this so that it's flat, and then we're going to measure in from the ends 4 inches. I've already done that on both sides, and then from there you just want to double check. Go ahead and count out how many you have on the outer corners from marker to marker, making sure that those are the same because you don't want your handles to be 2 different sizes, and then also making sure that the middle portions have the same count as well. But from here, we're actually going to flip this over. We're going to be working on the back, so the triggers will be facing up because there is going to be an inner seam and you don't want that to show in the front. So since we're starting here, we're going to grab our hook, insert it into one of the corners. I'm going to grab our yarn, and then from here we are going to single crochet once from where we started down to this other marker and keep going back and forth until this middle portion gets thick enough until it's roughly 9.5 inches. Once we have our 2.5 inch connecting chunk, what we're going to do is we're actually going to flip this inside out like so, and then we're going to connect it this way because there's going to be a seam along the inside, and once when you have that seam, we're going to flip it inside out because this is going to be the easiest way to do it. But from here, go ahead and insert your hook into the marker that we put on the other side, yarn over, pull through, and then from here go ahead and single crochet once in through both panels that we have all the way down until the marker on the other side. Once we have the seam, go ahead and flip it inside out. Now that it's flipped inside out, now we can sew on our D-pad and then the other stick. So this is what we have so far once we've connected the D-pad and the other stick. And all I'm going to do is, this part is necessary, but I'm going to add in the Xbox logo. So I'm going to grab white yarn, I'm going to make another magic circle, and from here we're going to chain up 3, if it lets me, 3. And then we're going to do 14 double crochet into this loop. Once we've done our 14 double crochet, we're going to connect it just like how we've been doing, leave a long tail, and then we're going to sew it on. Once when it's sewed on, then we'll add the X. Once we have this, we're going to grab our darker color, and we're going to go ahead and attach this to our tapestry needle. And from here, we're going to go underneath, and then just come up this way and down this way, making one part of the X, and then one more time going the opposite way. And then once we have that, go ahead and cut underneath and tie it all together. Once when we're here, we're going to flip it over because we're going to start working from the back. We're going to grab our hook, and then we're going to insert our hook anywhere in any one of these back corners. And I say the back corners because there will be a seam and I don't want that to show in the front. So let's start around right here. We're not going to go in the corner because this is going to be something else. So go ahead and grab our yarn, insert it onto our hook, and then from here we're going to go around this portion with just 1 row of single crochet. Once we have our first row of single crochet, we're going to chain up 1, single crochet once into every loop until we get to these corners where this middle portion and the body meet, and then we're going to do a decrease of 3 over here and on the other side as well. Once we've gotten to the corner, we're going to do an increase of 3 like I said, so go ahead and insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, into the next, yarn over, pull through, and into the third, yarn over, pull through. You should have 4 loops, yarn over, pull through all 4, and you're going to single crochet all the way around and do the same increase or decrease of 3 once when you get to the end. So we just got done with our second row, and our second row was doing a decrease of 3 in the corners. And then for the third row, we're going to chain up 1, put a row of single crochet all the way around. But once when we get to the corners where we decreased 3 times, we're going to get to the corners and decrease 2 times. So we've made it to the corner, and then we're just going to do a decrease of 2. So go ahead and insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, and you should have 3, yarn over, pull through all 3. And we're going to do the same thing once when we get to this other end. So we just got done with row 3. We're going to chain up, and then from here we're going to do a single crochet once in every loop that we have, going all the way around, and we're going to do this until we have 11 rows in total. Once we made it to this portion, we have rows 1 through 11 right here. This is going to start curving in a little bit, so in order to do that, we're going to chain up 1, and we're going to single crochet once until we get to the outside portion of the controller, and it doesn't matter where, just along the outer portion, and then we're going to start to do some decreases. Once we made it to one of the outer corners, we're going to do 1 decrease. So go ahead and insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, into the next loop, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 3. Then we're going to do 2 single crochet, and then from here we're going to do another decrease. So go ahead and insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, and then another decrease. And then from here, go ahead and just single crochet all the way down and connect it with a slip stitch. And then from now until we get to row 24, we're going to keep doing the decreases on the outer portion like this until it starts to taper in. And once we have our 24 rows, we're going to chain up 1, leave a little bit of a tail, and then cut. And then from here, we're going to take our tapestry needle and just close off the end. So from here, we're just going to go directly across. And then once more across the other way. Just like that, and then go ahead and tie it off. And once when we have this one side done, we can start stuffing and making sure that we stuff all the way into this corner and then also in the triggers as well. And once when we stuff to right about here, we're going to do another handle. So we're working on our second handle, and we just got done with the 11th row. We haven't started doing the decreases yet. That's going to be the next. But while we're at this point, I just want to let you know that you can start stuffing now and then start stuffing as you go until you're able to sew it all up. So I just finished the other handle and woven in all the ends that we had. This one was a doozy to make, but I'm so happy with how it turned out. Thank you so much for watching. If you recreate this, be sure to tag me on Twitter and Instagram at TCDDIY, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see y'all in the next one.